I don't know, man. It's still win. This is fine. It's equal. Keep in mind, the other team has a tank too. Nothing's changing. Like, what I don't understand too is the other team also has a tank, so nothing's really changing. It's equal on each side. Wild. Absolutely wild how pissed people get. I'm gonna get some water. Yeah, I saw that one BG you did a few days ago. People were saying the same thing. Yeah, I try not to, like, here's the problem. I try not to listen to people in Blitz, because it's hard, because you do get a lot of toxicity. So as soon as people start being toxic, it throws you off your game. It's hard to focus up. People start shit talking, etc. So I try not to talk too much. But the problem is, at the very beginning of the match, the most important thing as a prop warrior, is you have to communicate your role in that match. The only matches you don't have to communicate your role in is Battle Ganaeus. I would say Battle Ganaeus, AB, Deep Wind Gorge, and Temple. Those four require almost no communication, because it's always straightforward. When you're doing AB and Deep Wind Gorge, you always go mid and you spin, and you pray that your team does a good job at the rest of the fights. That's all you do. So your role doesn't change. But it's very important for capture, and obviously Battle Ganaeus, same thing. You go to Waterworks, spin, CC, keep your team protected, keep them alive. That's your job. Obviously, more specific maps, really very important maps, are capture the flag. Capture the flag maps, you need to know if you're carrying or not. Normally, you don't, and you're actually better off not carrying. Very fun fact: you're as a tank, as a prot, and most tanks in Blitz, you don't want to carry because you do get hit harder. So typically, you don't want to carry, and it's actually beneficial to your team by not carrying. The reason for that is this stupid ass talent called Bodyguard. Permanent uptime, if you want it to be, 40% reduced physical damage to your target, that being your healer. So your healer has 40% reduced physical damage as long as you're next to him. Then combine that with Morale Killer, so then they also are dealing 30% additional. So every 7 to 8 seconds, the targets are dealing nearly 70% reduced damage to your healer. That's freaking amazing. Not including your infinite routes to have him line and keep people off of him, and you can knock them off things if you're on top of the roof. Fantastic. And you're actually great at killing. You're fantastic at killing. But your better role is just defending with the healer. I don't like carrying unless I absolutely have to, but a lot of healers who get high MR are terrified of carrying. They're not used to it. It's a scary job. It's a very scary job. Everyone's going to be focusing trying to kill you. But other maps, obviously, like Silvershard Mines, you have to communicate. I need to know my role. Do you want me off card? Do you want me lava? Because that changes your build entirely. When I'm defending flags, I want to play a build like this: more survivability, less damage. I would get out of this and go into my spears. Spears a bit more, a little more AoE. I'll probably go take some points out of survivability. Maybe go Shockwave. If I'm team fighting a Ganaeus, maybe go Shockwave a little bit. Go into here. But that's if I'm playing lava on Silvershard Mines. If I'm playing off-cart on Silvershard Mines, then I don't need this shit. I'll still say spear, but I might be in more of a 1v2 scenario with no healer, so we go a little bit more survivability with endurance training. Over here, we'll kind of stay the same. You want to keep up that Battle-Scarred Veteran and Enduring Alacrity. Keep it more like that. But you have to communicate, and that's a problem. Obviously, with AB and what's the other one? AB and Deep Wind. When you have a healer in your team fighting, you can actually get rid of Battle-Scarred Veteran. We can go into Bloodborne, get rid of Enduring Alacrity, go 2 points Bloodborne for more damage, a little bit more damage output in AoE, so you can put some more pressure on the other team. And we actually, for team fights, we'll go back over here and go into Thunderous Roar and the extra bleed damage to put that pressure on your targets. But it's so important having that role and knowing what they want you to do. But the problem is, I guess people don't like tanks. They don't play with tanks often, and it just gets kind of wishy-washy. So I get the toxicity, because people feel like they lose a lot of matches because of a tank, but they don't. My thing is, they don't know how to play with a tank. My 2 cents on this is they don't really know how to play with a tank. So therefore, they're bad at it. But if you're playing with a good tank who knows how to cooperate and play their role perfectly, it's actually amazing. So everyone should definitely give it a try. Like, I think it's great. Don't let people hate on you for it, you know. Yeah, who does communication these days? But again, yeah, you change your build up a lot per battleground and per role. Not just per battleground, but per role in your battleground. It's crazy. I love how intricate it is, and it's not just one talent build only kind of situation with most DPS classes. Great, I love it. That's gonna win a short. And obviously the other question to Shockwave or not to Shockwave, that's always a fun one. I don't play Shockwave. I think it's generically on most encounters it's kind of a waste. The only time I do play Shockwave, it would be Gneas and Lava. There are the only two battlegrounds I play Shockwave would be Battle Gneas and Lava Cart for Silvermans. Those are the only two. Now you can go get your drink in the bathroom whenever you want to. Yeah, I can. You're right. I'll go slide it. I see that. I was like, new follow. Get the scenes again. I'm still on the elevator. Be back. I'm gonna get my drink. Okay. Don't have to. There's a water bottle at my feet. But I mean, playing Prot Warrior just makes me feel proud. Like I feel like I'm protecting my team. Feels good. I feel like I'm like protecting my team. It's great, and you actually are. It's not like you're a Blood DK or a Brewmaster where you're literally doing nothing. Well, Blood DKs do help a little bit, but like, it's not like you're a Brewmaster or a Guardian Druid. Guardian Druids and Brewmasters do nothing for your team. They are so bad for like. They're bad at being adaptable to different battlegrounds, and that's like definitely for Guardian and Brewmaster, they're really bad at being adaptable for different situations in the battleground. They're kind of one trick ponies. They have their druids, obviously. There are good flag carriers, I would say, a little bit to an extent, but they don't do good damage, and they don't do good lockdowns, so they don't provide any self-healing. They don't provide any kind of utility for the team in a way. They'd have a little bit like they have their AoE circle. They have a version of Morale Killer, but it's like a 1 minute cooldown or something like that. It's a much longer cooldown, I think it is. It's the Grove Defender, whatever it's called. Yeah. It's so great for the team, man. Yeah, it's called Morale Killer. But like, and then obviously Blood DKs are the next best, but I don't know what Prot Paladins do nowadays besides they get hit hard. Prot Paladins get hit freaking hard, dude. Delay, but they don't really interrupts, obviously, but they don't have a lot of, damage is a nuance. They don't provide any like better utility AoE wise. Prot Warrior is the best. And yeah, it's Morale Killer right there. 30-second cooldown, 30% reduced damage for your entire team when it hits them. Like, you could... I actually experimented wanting to do Bodyguard when I was not FCing. I was playing Twin Peaks and Warsong Gulch. I want to experiment going Bodyguard plus Safeguard, which is kind of crazy when you think about this. These combination of talents would be insane. So 20% reduced damage for 5 seconds, 40% reduced damage, and plus another 30, technically 30, you delay them. So what would that be? 70, 90% reduced damage. Safeguard. Obviously, never be cooldowns increase, but that'd be a lot, dude. That's really protect your healer situation. Your healer is not dying with this build, but I don't like Safeguard that much. And the reason why I don't like it too much is because I love Thunderstruck. I love Thunderstruck, man. You will reduce the damage your healer takes a lot more just by rooting enemy melee for 10 seconds. 5 to 10 seconds of root on an enemy melee team. Yeah, you're negating much more damage than you would if you just went Safeguard. That's a lot of my healer just to heal you if you take damage in this team. Yeah. I love the Q of a healer, man. We would win every single match. It's hard to pull it off because again, that requires communication, and healers are terrified of carrying. When I learned like a much lower like average AMR, like 2K, 2400, healers don't like to carry. But it's good. I don't recommend Safeguard. I mean, it's good, but if you are protecting your FC, okay, actually I lied. I would go Safeguard if it's a lot of casters, which is rare. if there's a lot of casters going after FC, then go Safeguard instead of Thunderstruck. But if there's like, if at least half are melee DPS on the other team, say Thunderstruck. Absolutely. Because even if there are casters, so you still root them, they're just sitting there doing nothing. While your healer lines a little bit, it's still better. It's very rare that Thunderstruck won't be better than that. This is the best combination of talents, generically. Yeah, it's good. Well, we'll see if we get a pop here. Rated BG Blitz, 59 minutes. I mean, 59 hour-long queue right now.